Hey everyone, Eunson here. You just heard me taking an improvised solo over a set of chord changes, and while I was soloing, I was incorporating elements of language that are derived from the blues. Today, we're going to talk about elements of blues guitar language that can be used no matter what contemporary style of guitar you play. If you have any approaches to this style of soloing that you find to be useful, make sure you jump in the comments and let me know. Before we go any further, it would be great if you could give this video a like so we can push it out to as many people as possible. Additionally, if you haven't already, make sure to hit subscribe down below and click the bell for notifications so you don't miss any of my new videos. And if you'd like to learn my approach to soloing on guitar, make sure to join me over at bensguitarclub.com, where you can learn with me through my online guitar masterclasses and bundle packages, including my very latest, the BGC bundle. The first time that I can recall hearing the blues being played on guitar and really paying attention to it was actually not long after I first picked up a guitar when I was about 10 years old. I heard the Howlin' Wolf album by Howlin' Wolf from 1969, and needless to say, I'd never really heard anything quite like it. On the final track of the album, I picked up a classic blues guitar phrase that sounded a little bit like this. I later found out that this blues phrase utilized all of the notes that you can find in what is probably the most famous 5-note scale, the E minor pentatonic scale. I also later found out that you can additionally add a 6th note, a B flat, between the notes B and A, and that turns the pentatonic scale into what is often referred to as the blues scale. And sometimes people like to bend up to that B flat like this. But simply using the E minor pentatonic scale that we played a moment ago, I realized that I could utilize this 5-note scale over more than just the E minor chord. As a result, I realized that I could take that blues phrase that I learned from the Howlin' Wolf album and apply it over a wider variety of chords than just an E minor chord, knowing that the phrase was originally based on a pentatonic scale. Over the additional chords we just heard, the Howlin' Wolf phrase might sound a bit like this. If you'd like to develop your usage of the pentatonic scale while soloing, make sure to check out my guitar masterclass, How to Solo with the Pentatonic Scale, at bensguitarclub.com. In the present day, guitarists throughout a wide variety of contemporary styles often combine elements of blues guitar with elements of other styles, for example, jazz. When you begin to learn about jazz or contemporary harmony, you often hear the term chord tones being used. Over our E minor sound, we can utilize a set of chord tones that sounds great over E minor, and that includes the following notes. E is our first degree or root note, G is our flat third degree, B is our natural fifth degree, D is our flat seventh degree, F sharp is our natural ninth degree, A is our natural 11th degree, and C sharp is our natural 13th degree. That's a total of 7 notes played in a pattern of minor and major third intervals. It can be great to loosely play around with the sound of the chord tones over an E minor chord, and additionally we can throw in some blues techniques like string bending and achieve a sound a bit like this. Played in time with a groove, just like you would with a live band, you can combine chord tones and string bending to achieve a sound a little bit like this. The 7 chord tones that we looked at a moment ago, played in a pattern of minor third and major third intervals, can be rearranged to form a scale or mode. In this case, the chord tones can be rearranged to form the E Dorian mode. And here are the notes in an E Dorian mode played only on the B string. Starting off with our first degree or root note, E. Next up is the natural second degree, F sharp. Then we have the flat third degree, G. Next, the natural fourth degree, A. Then the natural fifth degree, B. Then the natural sixth degree, C sharp. Then finally, the flat seventh degree, D. So those are all the same notes that we utilized earlier for our chord tones, but this time, rather than occurring in a pattern of minor thirds and major thirds, the notes will instead be organized in terms of major second and minor second intervals, or whole steps and half steps, which will then form the E Dorian mode. To add in a blues element, just like we did with the chord tones, we're going to bend upwards in pitch to each note in the E Dorian mode, a little bit like this. Played in real time, just like you would with a live band, we're going to combine both of these approaches, the chord tone-based approach and the mode-based approach. And of course we're going to incorporate some blues-style string bends to tie all of these elements together. Let's check it out. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed today's exploration into adding some blues elements to your guitar playing. Which one of these approaches would you use? Perhaps you're already using one of these approaches. Let me know in the comments below. If you haven't already, make sure to give this video a like so we can push it out to as many people as possible. And also make sure to hit the bell down below and subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. And make sure to join me over at bensguitarclub.com, where you can take a more in-depth look at my approach to soloing and improvising on guitar with my masterclasses and bundle packages. Keep on playing, and I'll see you next time.